Alrighty, so just like I promised in the last little release giveaway in the comments, if you've seen the comments, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to set up a semi-advanced sort of combat framework, I guess you can say. So like for your M1s, a little bit of a disclaimer. This is strictly a tutorial, so there are no files provided, but you can pause the video, get whatever you need. Alright, so first things first, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna head into our server script service and add just a regular script, and we're gonna name this init or init handler. Honestly, what you name it doesn't matter. This basically just sets everything up so when the player loads, all their data is handled and things of that nature. So we're gonna go ahead and define our players. Our player service, so game.players, or if you wanted to, you can go ahead and get service players. But since it's a server script, this is literally the same thing. Like the players would never load before the actual server loads, so you should be good on that. And what else are we gonna need? For now, that'd be it, but we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna say players.player added connect function. We're gonna name this player, and then we're gonna say player.character added connect function, and this is gonna be our character. So generally, if I were I'm gonna do this just as if I was setting up my own combat system. I'm not gonna cut any corners. So then we're gonna head into our server storage, and we're gonna create a folder. For me, I like to name this folder managers. And this is essentially where I put all of my module scripts and things of that. So in this, we're gonna go ahead and create a module script, and we're gonna name this character loader. Okay, we can't name it that. We're just gonna name it character loader and return character loader. So we're gonna create an entirely new function, character loader, and we're gonna say create values. And what we're gonna want to pass first is we're gonna pass player, and that should be really the only thing we need to pass. So there's two ways you can do this. I'm gonna do this the simplest way, because you can either use the player, like the player themselves, as the sort of, how do I want to say this, the data holder, the value holder, or you can use the character. But we're going to use the character just because like the character's in the workspace, and it's other things that are going to be in the workspace, and it'll just make it easier if you want the player to be able to fight NPCs or actual people. So it'll just cut out the confusion essentially. Then we're going to go ahead and require, just for simplicity, I'm going to make a folder called managers and game.serverstorage.managers, and then character loader is equal require game.serverstorage. Oh, my bad. Managers. Essentially, what we do now in this player.character added, we're gonna say character loader.create values and pass in the player. So then inside of this right here, we're gonna go ahead and define character as player.character. All right. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and set attribute can swing to true. Character set attribute equipped to false, and character set attribute combo to 1. Character set attribute, what else? So we're gonna go ahead and set our combo to 1, and this is just gonna be a simple 3-string combo, no error combos, nothing like that. This is just the basics, so you can change it up how you'd like to change it. So yep, our combo, it's gonna be, is it 1? Yeah, it's 1. So then equipped. All right. Then what you want to go ahead and do, head to your replicated storage, make a folder and call that remotes. Inside this remotes folder, add a remote event, go ahead and call it replicates. And then go ahead down to your starter player scripts, go ahead, create a local script, name it, whatever, you can name it whatever you want, but I'm gonna name it replicator. Hopefully I spelled that right. And then inside of this, you're gonna make a module script and call this functions. All right, there you go. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and just get a dagger from the toolbox. Let's see, where's the toolbox? Toolbox. I'm gonna say dagger. Let's see. Just grab this. I'm just gonna grab this dagger right here, just because. All right. Inside of this, I'm gonna go ahead and make a folder. Name it source. And add a local script into it. And one more thing, inside the remotes folder, gonna add another remote event, and we're gonna name this weapon. I spelled that wrong. Gonna name that weapon, and then and what I like to do is I like to repeat wait until, let's say, until our character exists, essentially. So this little script right here will not start running until our characters exist. And I'm gonna do the same thing for our replicator. So nothing in here will run until our character's inside the workspace. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a variable for our weapon remotes. And that's gonna be replicated storage remotes and weapon remote. And then we're gonna say our tool, just for readability, I'm gonna name it dagger, since that's what the tool is, and that's gonna be script parent, and then parent. No, script parent. Yep. Okay, like this. This is our dagger. And obviously, if you were doing this any other method, you would want well, actually, this should work if you were like cloning this from the server storage, because this won't run until then. Let's see, script parent. Yep. All right. So then we're gonna say dagger equip dagger dot unequip. All right. In our server storage, we're gonna make another script. But we're gonna name this weapon, and this is not really necessary, but this is just for cleanliness of your code. So, and then you can just go ahead in here and grab this weapon remotes, paste it in here. So on server events, and on the server, our first variable is always going to be the player. And for me, I'm just going to name this args for arguments. And on dagger equipped, we're going to say weapon remotes fire server. We're going to name the event equip. And then on unequip, we're going to fire the server, and we're going to name this event unequip. All right, so if args.event is equal to equip, we're going to print equip unequipped. All right, like that. Yep, so we're gonna name it like this, and just to check, our character holds our equipped or unequipped value. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to the player. So simply change player, set attribute equipped, and then I'm gonna set our attribute to true, and then I'm gonna set it to false. And just to make sure this is working, we're gonna go ahead and hit the play and go ahead and test the game out. All right, and to check our variables, our attributes, when we hit 1, It's equipped. Oh, it's not unequipping. Oh, I don't think I changed it. Did I change it? Oh, I did. Hmm. Oh, this is not. I'm stupid. All right, my bad. This is all part of the coding process. Um, I didn't really name that properly, but that works. As you guys seen, it works. So we're gonna go on to the next step, which is and I'm gonna rename this to just combat handler. Combat handler. All right. And then we're gonna make another remote event inside of this, and we're gonna call it attack. We're gonna call it the attack remote, and go ahead and define our variable attack remote. Replicated storage remotes attack, and we're gonna go ahead and put this inside of this script as well. So there we go. And for this, you can either use user input service or context action service. But for me, I'm gonna use context action service because that's what I normally use. Equals game get service context action service, and then we're gonna say on equip, and then create a function bind events, and then function unbind events. All right, so we're gonna bind our events like such, bind action, and we're gonna name this M1. And we're gonna pass in our M1 function there. Just for this tutorial, I'm not gonna create touch buttons, but these touch buttons are basically on mobile or for mobile players. So if we were to go to test device and put this on, let's see, like an iPhone 4, it'll have the buttons here, and I'm pretty sure you can move them, but I'm not gonna do that for this. This one. All right, yep, we're good. All right, where was I? Here. All right, so we're gonna bind this action, and we're gonna name the key code or user input state or input type mouse button 1. So this is basically your left click. So I believe mouse button 1 is your left click, mouse button 2 is your right click, and mouse button 3 is your middle click, like your middle mouse button, your scroll wheel. And we're gonna just go ahead and unbind action M1, and you don't have to pass anything else for this. But right here, we're gonna put name and then state. So if name is equal to M1, and basically what the name is, it's this first shit, I just had a brain fart. I forget if this is called an argument or whatever it's called. It's the first parameter that you passed. And so if the name is equal to M1 and the state is equal to input state dot begin, then we're gonna print swing M1. Now essentially what this state is, and just for like clarity purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and print name, print state, and just so you guys can see, and the reason why you need to essentially do this, if not, you're gonna be having some issues. But on weapon equipped, you're gonna want to bind events, and on weapon unequipped, you're gonna want to unbind events. And this is, in my opinion, this is much better than using dagger activated. It's just because dagger activated, it's not really anything special in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But we're gonna do this and go ahead and hit the play just for clarity purposes. Okay, let me go ahead and stretch this up and clear this. So when I hold the left click, you see it swings. It says M1, the input state is begin, and it prints our swing M1. But then here goes the issue. If you did not put that line, when you let go of it, it also it fires this event twice. So if we didn't have this check for the name and the state, it would basically fire when we press and then let go of the left mouse button. So that's the reason why you need to do that. And just go ahead and delete this. All right. So now we're on to the fun stuff, I guess you can say. We're gonna go ahead, copy that attack remote over, and go ahead and insert it here. Attack remote, fire server. Our event is going to be, we're gonna just name it light attack. And now we're pretty much done with this local script right here inside of the handler. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that, or not delete it, but close it. Do not delete it. Whatever you do, do not delete it. And we're gonna come back to this replicator, these replicator things a bit later. But we're gonna go into, where are we going? Where? Okay, right here in combat handler, my bad. So we're gonna attack remote on server event. Go ahead and connect that. And once again, it's player and our arguments. So we're going to say if args.event is equal to light attack. Okay, oh, also, one more thing. We're gonna go back into our character loader, set attribute last swing, and we're gonna set it to 0. We're also gonna set attribute okay, nope, we're not gonna do that yet. So you're gonna set last swing to 0. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead, create a bunch of space, because this is gonna be essentially where our script handles the punching and the fun stuff. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just define our character, player.character. So, and a little bit of a note, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my animations. Once again, if you don't have the animations already, that's up to you to make these. I'm not gonna be releasing these animations because I am using them for another project, but I'm gonna go ahead and get those, and I'll be right back with you guys. 1 second. Right here we have our animations, which is, this is our swing 1, swing 2, and our swing 3. And I'm not an animator, so these animations are cooked, but it is what it is. And just for simplicity, I'm going to also go into replicated storage, add a folder, and I'm gonna name this our settings. Inside of this, I'm gonna go ahead and include a module script, and just name this the exact same thing as your tool or your weapon. All right. And then go ahead and make yourself a folder. And let's see what I'm gonna name this. Animations. Go ahead and name this animations. And then let's see. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add an animation, duplicate it 3 times, and I'm gonna name this swing 1, swing 2, and swing 3. And the reason why this folder right here is inside of replicated storage and not the server storage is because I want the local script as well as our, our combat handler to be able to access this. So if I were to put it in server storage, only our server script would be able to access it. So let's see, where are we? Okay, our animation IDs, that's where we got to go ahead and do. I'm gonna go ahead and upload these. I have them all here in my template R6, and that's just me, I guess. I don't know where that came from. All right, let's see, where is it? And I'm gonna save this to Roblox. Right here. So we're gonna go ahead and inside of this, and where I actually went was, let's see, go back here. I went into this settings folder, and where is it? This module script, not the settings folder, and then the weapon, and then the module script. And we're gonna simply return, and we're gonna return a table. And this table, inside this table, we're going to make, let's see, what do we want to call this? We're gonna say client cooldown, and this is gonna be equal to 0.1. And I'm gonna add a note. This prevents remote spam. And with this, you pretty much want this to be less than your actual swing cooldown. But we're gonna go ahead and make swing cooldown. We're gonna name this, or we're gonna set this to like 0.4. You can always just change this, mess around with this for your balancing of your game. And we're gonna go ahead and define swing one as script.animations.swing1.animation. No, we don't want the animation ID, just swing one. So we're gonna name swing two the same thing, but swing two, and then swing three, swing three, like so. And of course, add your commas in. And that's it. Yep, that's about all. So we're gonna, oh, and also my bad if I forgot to say that inside of your animations, go ahead and make an event called hit, like name it hit, and then name it end as well. There you go. That part is needed. That's like a no-brainer. Let's see. Then what we want to go ahead and do is, just for this tutorial, since our character's weapon is a dagger, I'm just gonna go ahead and require, and our character loader, you can, if you wanted to, you can set attribute weapon and dagger. And the reason I set this up like this is because if you really wanted, if you wanted to, you can set weapon settings as require game.replicatedStorage.settings player get attribute weapon. And this is basically saying that it's going to require whatever's in the settings folder, and whatever your current weapon's name is. So we're going to do that. And then let's see, okay, and then combo. If combo is equal, let's see, character, it's in our character, so character get attribute combo. We're gonna go ahead and I want to say, okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do it this. So you're gonna say character, or instead I'm just gonna define humanoid. So local humanoid equals character dot humanoid. You're gonna say humanoid. Let's see, where is it? Humanoid load animation, and we're gonna say swing one. Local, actually it doesn't matter what you name it. Local swing is humanoid load animation weapon settings, and then we're gonna call swing one. Okay, we can use a dot. Swing one, and what you would do if combo is equal to 1, then like this. There we go. And if we're doing a 3-string combo, else if combo is equal to, and then else if combo is equal 3, like this. Do it simply like this, and then we can just copy this over. And my bad if I'm not explaining this like clearly or exactly what I'm doing. I'm just hoping you guys are following. My bad. And then we're gonna just change these to our respective swing animations. And for testing, we're gonna go ahead, let's see. All right, boom. So we're gonna go ahead and set our character, set attribute combo, and character get attribute combo plus equals 1. Okay, plus 1, like that. And we're gonna do that, but then if our combo is equal to 3, we're gonna wanna reset our combo, like so. And then we're gonna go ahead and just test. Oh, I'm really sped. I'm really special, my bad. I didn't really play the animation. So go ahead, swing, play, swing, play, and then swing, play. And because these are local, they're not really going to interfere with each other, so you should be good with that. And while we're here, you're just going to say swing dot keyframe reached colon connect function, and then this is going to be our keyframe. Boom and boom. And before we go and test, I'm just going to finish setting this up. I'm going to say n lag is equal to 0.2. Why not? And yeah, I think that's about it for now. So we're gonna say if keyframe is equal hit, print hit. If keyframe is equal n, print n. Go ahead and just copy this over. Oh, don't copy the end. Just copy, like, don't copy the end in the parentheses. There we go. And we should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in game and test it and see how this is looking. That's our first, and that's our second, and that's our third. And obviously I can spam this because there's no cooldown, and that's what we're gonna go ahead and add now. But you see, hit, let's see, hit in, and yep, like that, we're good. What we're gonna go ahead and do now is within, oh, right here. So what you want to do on right here, you're gonna want to say if character get attribute, or if not character get attribute can swing, then return n. And right here, our character get attribute is set to true. So basically this is saying if the player cannot swing, then we're just not gonna run the rest of this code down here. Go ahead and leave a spacer here, just because help with the readability a little bit. And then let's see. Okay, yeah. So after basically inside of the combo, after you increase the combo count, or before that actually, like as soon as the combo is ran, it's better to do it this way. Set attribute can swing to false. And you want to do this for all of these. So right under the else if, or right under the if. And this basically says like until the end keyframe is reached, they cannot swing again. So you can't stack swings. So you want to basically do task.delay and then weapon settings dot, and what is it, in lag there. Oh no, it's not in lag, my bad, swing cooldown. Wait, okay, no, so this in lag, my bad, this in lag is not needed. That's if you're trying to incorporate skills, but just for the simplicity, we're not gonna have in lag. We're just gonna have a simple swing cooldown. I spelled it right. No, it's a capital C. Okay, yep, swing cooldown. And then we want to reset our can swing attribute to true. All right. And you basically do this at the end. And just for testing, I'm just gonna print released swing. And this basically is saying like we released the swinging so they can actually swing again. So I'm just gonna print holding swing, boom. And you see holding swing, release swing, and that's our end lag essentially. So, and you see I'm literally clicking. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm literally spamming it. And that's as fast as it's going. So you can essentially adjust this swing cooldown as much as you want. And for this client cooldown, you always want this to be less than this, because if this is higher than this or too close to it, you're essentially gonna have a higher swing cooldown regardless. But let's see, where is it? Right here. Do we? I want to say just because it's just only passing an event, we don't really need a swing cooldown. So just for simplicity, gonna remove that too. But if you're gonna make this in a live environment, I would suggest adding a swing cooldown so people with auto clickers aren't just sending remote events. But it is returning, so it's not like it's really needed. But that's just up to you. Gonna remove this. And if you didn't notice, the reason we're handling all of this on the server, because I've seen like tutorials or things like that where people will handle like the combo count and everything inside of the client, but that's not really good because you're basically giving exploiters free reign to just infinitely do a combo. Like for example, if your third hit combo does like 30% more damage, they can just spam the third hit combo and just have infinite 30% more damage. Obviously, you would still do checks, but this just helps a little bit, I hope. So now what we're gonna do, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into our server storage managers, create another module script, and I'm gonna name this combat manager, and we're gonna say local equals a table. I'm gonna return that table, and then combat manager create hitbox, and this is gonna be equal to a function. We're gonna pass the player always, and let's see, we can go ahead and remove these print functions, but before that, go up top and require our weapon or combat manager equals require combat manager, and then we're gonna say combat manager create hitbox. And obviously if you were looking for just expandability, we can say hitbox size, and I'm just gonna go with one that I remember off the top of my head that I used to use, or that I actually do use. I think it's 5, 3.5, and then 6, one of those. Add your comma at the end. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, wrong script. Combat manager. All right, we're gonna name this hitbox size and or hitbox position, or let's say hitbox position, hitbox size. All right. So we're gonna pass our player first, and for me, I'm just gonna use the offset from the character's humanoid root part. So character dot humanoid root part dot c frame times c frame dot new and -3. So essentially what this is saying is we're gonna get the character's humanoid root part c frame, and we're gonna move it three studs in the front. So -3 is 3 forward, if you were wondering. And then our hitbox size is going to be weapon settings dot hitbox size. And just to make sure I spelled that correct, I did. And yep, we're good there. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this over. And we might as well head to that step now. We're going to say damage, and we're going to just want this to be like super broken. We're going to say 35 damage a hit. 35 damage a hit, because why not? We're just going to make it super broken. So we're going to go ahead and define our overlap params. And essentially the way we're going to be making our hitbox this time is we're not going to be using dot touched or dot hit. I forgot which one it is. But I literally would never use that because it's just so unreliable. And I would rather use spatial queries, which are like ray casting or get parts bounds in box or things of that nature. Yep, right here. We're gonna go ahead. Okay, yep. Overlap params dot new, and filter type is equal enum dot filter inputs, enum filter type, raycast filter type, and we're gonna include. And just for simplicity, make a folder. We're gonna name this. I'm just gonna name it. Let's see. Target. Let's say. We're just gonna name this active. We're gonna name it the active. Or I'm just trying to like this is the hardest part of trying to figure things out. What do I want to name this? Entities. All right. We're gonna name that entities. But if we do that, we're gonna have to character.parent equals workspace.entities. And this is basically when the character loads, their character model is just gonna be instantly placed into this. And let's see, where is it? Where was I? Okay, right here. Okay, we're gonna say filter descendants instance, and this is gonna be a table basically. And we're gonna name it. We're gonna set workspace entities, and then just get children or get descendants. Not really sure if this matters, but just gonna do it just because. And then we're gonna say local results equals workspace get parts bounds and box. So essentially this is going to be our hitbox size, our hitbox position, my bad. Hitbox position, hitbox size, and then our overlap params. So then we're gonna go ahead and create a for loop. We're gonna say so basically this is our key and our value, and this result pretty much returns something that looks a little like this. So we're gonna say table, or we don't even need to do that. It's gonna return like torso. This is pretty much how this table returns. It returns, and I believe this is an array. Don't quote me, I may be wrong, but it basically returns a table. And then you pretty much have to find the parts like that. But we're gonna say hit parts like this, and we're gonna say end result, and boom. So then, and just for simplicity, once again, I don't know if I want to do this above or below. I'm gonna do it above. So local character is equal to player dot character. And you may be wondering why not just send the character originally, since you can do it from the combat handler. It's just always easier because it's, for example, if you wanted to expand on this, add damage tracking for a player's user ID, you can do that. But yeah, so we're gonna say if oh, and you want to make sure you make a hit table. So if not hit parts dot parents, okay, if hit parts dot parent it's not equal to character, or not hits hit parts dot parent, then we're gonna print hit parts dot parent. All right, so now what we're gonna do is this template R6. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Just for extra layer of security, and hit parts dot parent find first child humanoid, and let's see, just go ahead and move this into our entities folder, and we're gonna hit that run, and we're just gonna see if it works. It should work. It should print. I literally forgot to add it to the table, but it's just gonna print a bunch of times, so that's an easy fix. You see, it's just gonna print, and this is our hitbox size. Boom, that's the range, your outer range, and like such. So to fix this printing a million different times, you just want to insert this into the table, and you do this by hitbox.parent is equal to true, or you can whatever this is set to. It does not really matter as long as this hitbox.parent is inside the table. And oh, I just closed down my thing. I'm not sure if it actually include or inserted it properly. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna do hitparts.parent and not hitparts.parent is not equal to true. And then we're just gonna print hits. All right, so this should work, hopefully. Okay, so I'm not really sure why it's printing multiple times. It's not equal to character. Oh, I'm a little slow. Okay, there we go. This, you can put this back. So it's because I had an or, so it's basically checking for either or, but it has to be an and to make sure all three of these conditions are met. So you like basically what I did is I had this as or, so this is saying either this or this and this, but you want it to be all three of these. And yeah, this should work. This should pretty much work perfectly fine. Okay, yep, you see, boom and boom. All right. And then just to end the tutorial out. Oh wait, actually, hold on. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. Another thing. So we're gonna head into our character loader. We're gonna name this connection. And then we're gonna say connection. At the top, we're actually, before we define connection, we're gonna define run service. Game get service, run service, connection. Okay. All right. So connection is gonna be equal to run service dot heartbeat. And then we can say character dot humanoid dot died. Connect function, and we can say connection disconnect, and all right, let's see. So we can say if let's see, if character get attribute get attributes last swing is greater than or equal to datetime dot now dot unix. All right, so pretty much what we're gonna do is we want to get datetime dot now dot unix timestamp milliseconds minus our characters get attribute of last swing, like so. Okay, so if this is like this and character get attribute combo is greater than 1, then we can just go ahead and print. Okay, wait, hold on. I am tweaking out right now. So you want this to, instead of this datetime dot now, you want this to be your swing time. So basically, if the player does not swing within, let's say, 3 seconds and their combo is greater than 1, it's gonna reset their combo to 0. and we're just gonna say reset combo to 0. And then we're gonna character set attribute combo, or not to 0, but to 1. All right, like so. And then we can go ahead and go into, where are we? Our combat handler. And every time the player swings, we set character, we set their last swing to date time now from Unix timestamp millis, and we can just set that under the combo. And boom. So we can go ahead and check this like so. So if we swing, okay, wait, hold on. Something ain't right. Okay, yep, just like that. It's not 3, it's 3,000. I'm especially tweaking right now. It's 3,000. And since it's basically it's 3,000 because since it's in milliseconds, 3,000 milliseconds is 3 seconds. Let's see. We swung. It should be about 3 seconds. Reset combo to 1. As you can see, it's resetting it to 1. But if we swing back to our original combo, excuse me. If we swing back to our original combo, it does not set it back to 1. But we're gonna do this, boom, as you can see, like such, and we're good. All right. So then inside of let's see, we can go ahead and require our weapon settings. So head back to your combat manager and your weapon settings. So local weapon settings, and we can honestly just snatch it straight from here because it's the exact same thing. Weapon settings is like so, and then we can say hit parts dot parent dot humanoid dot health minus equals weapon settings dot damage. And we go ahead and run the game, test it out, see what we're working with. Oh, is it not working? Humanoid, let's see. Health. Oh, it is. All right, and our humanoid just died. I don't know why the health bar isn't popping up, but just to fix that, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a little method real quick. So our replicate remote, where was it? It was somewhere right here. That's not right here. Okay, forget it. We're gonna head to our replicate local script, if I can type. Replicate, and go ahead and just copy this into our combat manager, and we're gonna say replicate fire all clients, and the event is gonna be hit fx, and then replicate on client events. We're gonna say args, so if args dot event is equal to hit fx, and then we're gonna head over to our module script and local. We're just gonna name this to say replicate functions. Replicate functions is equal, return replicate functions, and then replicate functions dot hit effect is equal to function. And we want this to basically be our character. And at the top, I'm gonna go ahead and define our debris service. I just like to name it trash. And that's game get service debris service. And then we can say local hit highlight. We're just gonna name it hit light is equal to instance dot new highlights. And then hit light dot parent is equal to character hit light, And just to see the properties, I'm just gonna make a highlight in here because I don't really know the properties by heart. And you want depth mode to be occluded. Enum dot depth, highlight depth mode occluded. So this basically means if they're behind a wall, it's not gonna work like aimbot. Like, you know how if you're like, if I'm under the map, or like if I'm, say if my camera's behind this, I would literally still see that. As a matter of fact, just to show you, I'll show you. That's what always on top does. You see, I can see them through it, but if it's occluded, I have to be in line of sight of them. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and hit light dot outline transparency is equal to 1, and that's just because I don't want any outline around it. Then we're gonna say trash, add item, highlight or hit light, and we're gonna say 0.6, just because. And then inside of this, we're gonna want to, we're gonna just say, bro, I cannot type, bro. Replicate functions require script dot, I think they're functions. Yep. So replicate functions dot hit, and then we're gonna say args dot character, and boom. And here you're gonna want to make a thingy called character, and then you're gonna hit or set it to hit parts dot parent. And then right there you're good. And if you wanted to make a sound, you can pretty much say right here, you would say you would just insert the sound, and you would just insert it. It would be like, it wouldn't really matter where you insert it, but just for good practice, insert it above this, because this may take time to run, who knows. But yeah, and the reason you like, I personally like to use a replicator is so the server doesn't have to handle effects. That's pretty much the best method. And actually what we can go ahead and do, Roblox just added it. Go ahead and copy the name of this. We can delete that remote event, and we can name it unreliable. We can set it to an unreliable remote event if you're looking for that extra performance boost. And just to test it out, see how it's working, I'm gonna go ahead and snag the dagger. You see that's a little too long, but you can adjust it like that. But you see, if I go over here and attack this, nothing will happen because it's not inside of the entities folder. And you can always let's see, where is it at? You can always mess around with these overlap params, like the filter type. If you were to say exclude, it would literally exclude everything that's inside of this entities folder. So if you were to use exclude, you would just pass your characters get descendants, and then the workspace, and then not workspace, workspace dot baseplate, and you would be good pretty much. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a tutorial to help set it up, and it's up to you to expand it, do as you wish with it. Hope you guys enjoy. Also, drop down in the comments below of what other tutorials or what other things I should go ahead and release or make tutorials on. I'm not sure if I want to make more tutorials or if I want to do releases, because I'm working on projects, but just let me know, man. I'm out. Peace.